Okay, we're back. We've arrived at Pocket 9. This is what your pocket's going to look like for today. We're going to be using the Autumn Leaves journal stamp, and we're going to, off the Thankful set that we've been using, we're going to use the Gratitude. So we'll go ahead and get started. Got my stamp all set here. We're going to go ahead and load the ink on and stamp that in the burnt umber. And then on the Gratitude, on this particular stamp, I'm a little bit of a simple girl. I like simple and classic, so sometimes flourishes and very fancy fonts get a little bit overwhelming for me. This word down here that was attached to the stamp, it said gratitude is an action word. And it was just too much for me, I felt like, on my stamp. So again, I'd already confessed to you at the very beginning I tend to cut them. So I just actually cut my stamp and just cut that word out so I didn't constantly have to mask that. We're going to go ahead and stamp this in green. I'm going to move it over just a little bit so I have room for my number yet. And then the 9 we're going to stamp in umber. And the question was asked approximately what size my numbers are that I've been using, and I think that they are about an inch. Judging by this scale right here, they're approximately an inch in size. All right, and then the word Our Story. Okay, here's a little confession. I'm not sure what stamp set that story came off of. I think it came off the photo set, but I didn't find it really quick this morning, so I just grabbed this set right here. This is the new Art Warehouse set that came out, and this says The Story on it, and so I figured that's close enough, works for me. And so we're going to go ahead and stamp that along the edge. There we go. If you have noticed on your stamps, there's a lot of different companies out there that are making clear stamps. Some of them are nice and firm, others are a little bit softer. I use the word squishy. But you're going to find that pressure makes a big difference on how your word is going to look. We'll just go ahead and stamp a little bit right here on this scrap piece of paper. If you press too hard, especially on smaller fonts, your words are going to flatten out and just get all squashed. I'm going to press real hard here, and this probably isn't the best example, but I'm zoomed in as far as I can go. But a lighter press is going to give you a nicer image there. Now you can tell the difference between those because one almost has a bleed out while the other does not. Sorry, I should have probably used a better piece of paper to show that. But hopefully you get the idea. So sometimes on stamps, the less pressure, the better, especially on smaller fonts, words. Also, the difference between domestic and foreign manufacturing is going to make a huge difference in the quality of your stamp. If you're using a polymer stamp, a photopolymer, it's going to be really nice and heavy and firm. You're not going to have that trouble. It will take on a little ink staining, but that absolutely does not hurt your stamp at all. Personally, I like the nice firm ones. I like the photopolymer the best. All right, we're going to go ahead and move on to the orange tag. I'll get off my little tangent of different types of stamps. This is a stamp that we have not played with yet. This is off of the Autumn set. This real fun long definition right here. Thanks. Grateful feelings are thoughts and expression of gratitude from the heart. So I thought it would be fun to go ahead and use that one today since we were using the word gratitude. And I'm going to go ahead and just stamp with that on umber. So I put the stamp on my block and it hangs off, and that's fine. One thing that I use or tell students a lot in classes is don't always worry about how big your stamp is. The stamp does not have to fit the real estate that you're stamping on. It can be big. It's almost like using your zoom lens and just zooming in on what you want to see on that stamp. Isn't that cute? I just love those little definitions. All right. And then I think I'll go ahead and stamp some green leaves on this. I don't necessarily need to cover everything up there because a photo is going to go on that. And since I already have this set out, I think that I will go ahead and use this nice little word family right here. And I'm going to stamp that in brown, just right up along the top here. And then this little word, pieces of my life. Love that little one. Let's go ahead and stamp that. Again, less pressure on this set works a lot better.